Welcome to Pint-Sized History. In this video, we will be kicking off our Badasses of History series. In our first episode, we will be diving into the life of Rasputin. Gregory Yamovich Rasputin was a controversial figure in Russian history. He was known as being a mystic and an advisor to the royal family during the 19th and early 20th centuries. While he was often vilified by his contemporaries, there are also many reasons why Rasputin could be considered a badass. Rasputin's rise to prominence was largely due to his reputation as a mystic and a faith healer. He first caught the attention of the royal family in 1905 when he allegedly healed the Tsarevich Alexei, who suffered from hemophilia, a hereditary bleeding disorder. Alexandra, the Tsar's wife, who was desperate to find a cure for her son's condition, saw Rasputin as a miracle worker and began to consult with him regularly. After allegedly curing Alexei of his condition, Rasputin's close relationship with the royal family grew significantly. This gave him access to political power, which he used to advocate for reforms and to advance his own interests for his own support. Here are some of the reasons that put Rasputin into our Badass of History list. The first reason is that Rasputin had a reputation as being a powerful mystic. He claimed to have healing powers and was often called upon to heal the sick. His reputation for mystical powers made him a powerful figure in the eyes of many Russians. Rasputin was known for his impressive physical strength. He was reportedly able to perform feats of strength that amazed those around him, such as lifting heavy objects with ease. One of the more interesting feats, purportedly, was his ability to break horseshoes with his bare hands. Rasputin was allegedly unapologetically sexual and often engaged in many sexual affairs. He was known for his sexual charisma and ability to seduce women, including some of the most prominent women in Russian society. During his rise up the social ranks, Rasputin was a proponent of peace and opposed Russia's involvement in World War I. He argued that the war was causing unnecessary suffering and death. Despite being widely reviled by the Russian aristocracy, Rasputin remained popular among the common people. He himself was seen as a champion of the poor and the downtrodden, and his willingness to help those in need only added to his mystique. The main reason that puts Rasputin onto our list, however, seems to be his amazing ability to escape death or assassination. The first attempt on Rasputin's life occurred in 1914 when a woman tried to stab him in the stomach. She was a member of a religious sect that believed Rasputin was a false prophet. He, however, came away unscathed from this stabbing. The second attempt on Rasputin's life was done in the same year when another woman attempted to shoot him. However, upon pulling the trigger, the gun misfired. The next attempt on Rasputin's life was in December 1916 when a man attempted to kill him with a dagger. However, he was subdued by Rasputin's friends before he could do any real harm. It is also speculated that someone tried to run Rasputin over with a car. It is reported, however, that Rasputin also came away from this attempt completely unscathed. Despite having multiple escapes from death, Rasputin was finally murdered on December the 30th, 1916. His death, however, was not a simple one. It begins when he was invited to the palace of Prince Felix Yusupov, a member of the nobility who was conspiring against him. Yusupov, along with a group of other aristocrats, had decided that Rasputin's influence over the royal family had become too great and that he needed to be eliminated. They began by serving Rasputin cyanide-poisoned wine and cakes, but this apparently had no effect. Rasputin's survival of the cyanide poisoning attempt has been attributed to his purported ability to consume small amounts of poison on a regular basis, which may have built up his immunity over time. After having failed by poisoning Rasputin, the group of aristocrats then decided to shoot him, and they shot him several times. Again, despite being gravely wounded, Rasputin somehow managed to escape from the palace and stumbled out into the snow. His assassins pursued him and shot him again, then beat him and tied him up before finally throwing him into the icy waters of the Neva River. When Rasputin's body was recovered several days later, it was found that he had died of drowning, although some reports suggested that he may still have been alive when he was thrown into the river. The murder of Rasputin was seen as a pivotal moment in the downfall of the Romanov dynasty, and it has remained a subject of fascination and controversy ever since. And there you have it, the first episode in our Badasses of History series. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned as we continue the series.